Hello everyone, FunshionX here. Welcome back to Utopia³ Resurrected. Playing the Feed the Beast Resurrection map and doing some Greg Tech. I'm going to get away from Greg Tech a little bit right now and I'll show you why. We'll be back to it, don't worry. We're not giving up on it. We're gonna succeed with Greg Tech no matter the cost. But right now we've got a bunch of things running off Steam. All of Greg Tech is pretty much running off Steam. And okay, Akko saying hi, Stream Monkey, not me. You can see that this thing is just about empty, and these are all pretty much empty. All of the mob farms and grinders are working off Steam. All of the tree farms are working off Steam. It's just too much, right? Our wood supply is dwindling. It's not full. Our charcoal supply is okay, but if I turn on the second railcraft boiler, we're not resource positive. We end up running out of charcoal. So possible solutions would be to create more farms and more charcoal production. But I want to I don't want to just keep expanding that system over and over. Let's try something new. So we're going to go over into the other factory. This is for non-Greg Tech factory related items, and we're going to do some forestry. I think that'll be fun. I did this before in actually last season of Utopia. We ran off apples, and I want to try it again. So this system here, I've got it set up a little bit. I wanted to go. I've got a culinary generator because basically what we've got is a ton of saplings and a ton of apples that we're doing nothing with. They're just being binned. So this stock is made out of what's that? Bones, right? So we're taking bones. I could also use the salad that's coming from the apples, whichever ones. I think the salad might actually be better because it restores 3 haunches. The stock is only 1.5, I think. Anyway, we're going to feed some stuff into these culinary generators, and they're going to provide power. Not a lot of it. It's like 12 RF. Each one is 12. But it lasts for like a minute something, each one. So let's not worry about that. That's just somehow we need to power the forestry machines. They don't take a lot of power. So I was thinking a simple way would just be to use some of the excess bones we have or excess apples. These are bee-spaced from the tree farm. So you can see we've got 64 and 64 stacks. And the first step will be to squeeze the apples. This will give us some fruit juice. And this will give us some mulch. So let's get some transfer node items. And we're going to go ahead and take the apples out of there and put them into this guy. Now before I was testing this like crashed me, but it only was a small crash, and then I came back in, so it didn't crash the whole server. Looks like I'm okay now. Okay, so we're getting apples in here. It's not very good at spreading them out, but this system will back up and stop. Basically, right now it's going to eat a ton of apples, but in a minute this will all be full of apples, and it will kind of stop producing once the fruit juice gets full. So let's just bring a couple stacks of apples down to these ones just to get them started. Okay, so the next step will be to take the fruit juice and ferment it into biomass with the fermenters. So that will take some transfer node liquids. I could use retrieval nodes, but I'm going to have to use 2 retrieval nodes, which is the same thing as 4 transfer nodes. So easier just to use 3 transfer nodes. Okay, so that's good. I can also grab the saplings that I'll require on the same line. And I also need to take out the mulch that's coming in here. So we've got 3 more transfer nodes. And then I'll need a pipe to route them there. Now this is a pretty inefficient system. Let's see if we can make it better with some one-way valves here. So let me get my wrench. So let's see. This one doesn't matter because that's all one pipe. This one we want a one-way coming, not that way. A one-way here, so they only come down. This one won't try to go up. We'll have a one-way here as well, so that these will keep going down. This one doesn't matter. Here we want a one-way so that none of the liquid tries to come and back up here. And this doesn't matter. And then right here we'll have a one-way for the saplings so that the liquid doesn't try to go up there. We could also put a one-way here. Okay, so that's just a little more efficient, so these transfer nodes have a little bit of help on finding the right output. That's one of my favorite things about transfer nodes is you can transfer liquid and solids on the same line, and they just know where to go. So this should start filled up with saplings. It's got saplings, it's got the mulch. I've got some extra mulch here that I can just give it. And again, you know, it's not very good at evening it out. There are upgrades I could put in here to help even it out, but really this is just going to get to 64 and then start backing up inside the squeezers. I'm not sure what happens if this gets to 64. Do they stop squeezing? They might. I might have to get a trash can or something to somehow bin the extra mulch. We'll see. Okay. So that handles that. Now the next thing we want to do is take the biomass and turn it into ethanol. So we'll take our last two machines, which are stills. Put those there, and we just need to transfer the liquid out of here and into the stills. Oops, that's not right. And I could just pass it 1-to-1, but I might actually make a few more stills because the stills are definitely a slower process than the biomass conversion. So I think you need at least 1.5 stills for every one of these. So 3-to-2 would probably be better. So I don't really care where these send their liquid because this will all fill up eventually. It's funny, they're supposed to take random paths, but they seem to all be going up to this guy. Okay, so that is now running. And then the last step then is to take them out, the ethanol out, and put it in a drum. There we go. Pretty cool system. It's all self-contained. The only thing I don't really have is the power generation automated, but everything else will just run off the apples and saplings from the farm. And the only thing really left to do is kind of watch it and see, you know, maybe I need more. I definitely need more stills. And they're pretty easy to make. It's 8 bronze, glass, and redstone. So, piece of cake to make. This was a little more. It was a bunch more bronze to make the gears. But yeah, so I'll put another still on here, and I'll watch what happens if we get too much mulch. If that stops producing. And there we go. Okay, cool. Now we got to decide what we're going to do with the ethanol. And let me see, do these need a little more food? No, they're running good. The ethanol I can take, and there's a number of things I could put it in. I could put in a biogenerator, I think. Yeah, that's the biogenerator if I want EU. Go in the biogas engine if I want RF. I think there's some other things. There's like the solid or the semi-liquid fuel generator. I don't know if that one takes ethanol, but one of the things I know does take ethanol is the multi-block generators. And these are added by advanced generators. And most of them, I think, let's see what kind of they take. So iron, lots of iron, some redstone, and then some copper wires, coils, wood. Yep, not too bad. You can get output from these in low, medium, or high voltage. And I believe that's IC2 low voltage, so then we'd have to convert it to GregTech if we did want to use this for GregTech, which I probably not. What I'm aiming to do is replace all the other things that are using steam, like the mob grinders and the tree farms, with ethanol-powered RF. So won't need any of those. I do need a RF output. Where's that? Power capacitor. The fuel tank will probably be where you input the fuel into. This, I think, stores power. The turbine is what generates power, so you can have a bunch of these if you want more. Flux generator. So there we go. So this is going to generate the RF output, and it's really easy to make that. So let's go get a few of these blocks and start putting together a simple generator and see how much RF it's putting out, how much ethanol it's eating, and we'll determine how much RF we can realistically get from this. This is not something I have built in a test world yet, so it's going to be a little bit fly as we go, right? Seat of our pants. And yeah, I know other people are using it on the server successfully, so I think we'll be able to make it work. Okay, so the first thing we'll probably want is that fuel tank, which is glass, iron frames. We're going to need a ton of these iron frames. How are we doing on iron, by the way? Not decent. Oh, wow. We're running out of iron. Let me get a little bit processing first. Let's see. Do we have any just iron? Oh, yeah, we do. That's pig iron, shadow iron, dark iron. Never mind. And deep iron. Wonderful. Let's check the other ones. Banded, deep, shadow. Banded is straight up iron, but that's only 3, so not worth processing right now. Any iron in here? No. Okay. Well, then let's check some of the other alloys. So limonite. That's brown limonite. I guess we can do it. Here we go. There's some good brown limonite and yellow limonite. Perfect. Okay. So let's macerate up the brown limonite and the yellow limonite. Get one more processed and then I can put that in there. Alright, so that should replace the iron stock that we're about to use. Oh, and I think we've got iron in here being converted to steel. Yeah, so if I really need iron, I could go steal it from that machine. Alright, let's get a bunch of these iron frames. Let's get like 32 of them. Okay, 26 of them. And go back to the generator. And the fuel tank was, oh, these iron tubings need sticks, and then we're going to need some glass as well. So here's a few sticks, here's some glass. Just check what else I got. Nothing. Okay. So, oh, that, you get a lot of tubing for that. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So, tube, no. Tube there. Let's just shift click it, it's easier. No, it's not easier, huh? Oh, these are glass panes. Okay. I might already have glass panes. I want to make more if I don't need them. Not in there. Not in there. Check all the bags. There we go. I do have some glass panes. Cool. Alright, so now we should be able to shift click this fuel tank. Let's just use one fuel tank for now. Should be enough. We're definitely going to need a turbine. And it's going to take a turbine motor, which takes a bunch of turbine blades. Ooh. So we need that many for the turbine blades. There's our turbine rotor. And now we need redstone wiring, so that's the same thing but with some redstone on it. Oh, hello! You a little scared me there. That's Kiki, I believe. And alright, now we should be good to go here. She's looking for something. And we've got our turbine. Okay. Next thing to do would be to get a power capacitor. I think that holds the power. We need 4 more redstone. And we need the RF output, which would be the flux generator. Takes this power I/O, so we need some pistons. Okay. That would take some cobble and some wood. Whoops. Excuse me. Cobble. I'm going to use the inefficient wood crafting just because I'm in a hurry. So 2 pistons. Oh, come on. He has to be up in that inventory to work. What am I missing? Redstone. Okay, now I can try this again. And then this guy. And then piece of gold. Ah, trying to get rid of the rain, it appears. In the Mistcraft ages, you have to all be sleeping. This whatever mod we have doesn't work. So you see how 2 or 3 people in our Void Age are sleeping, but it's not passing the night. Okay, everybody has slept now, so let's finish off this machine. Did we get our piece of gold? No, we didn't grab it yet. Okay. Hard to find these. They all look the same. Alright, and then the last one would be the controller itself, which needs this control circuit, which needs a piece of nether quartz. Okay. That's a nice little cheap control circuit. And do we have all the other pieces? I think we do. There we go. Alright, so I think we have everything we need for a simple generator. What are they talking about? Oh, sprinklers. Alright, so let's go back over there and build this thing and put in some ethanol and just see how fast it uses it and how much it generates. Whoa, she's flying up there. Or it hasn't loaded. There, when Thract made the Void Age, he added a swamp section that I guess Greg Tech and IC2 crops grow better in the swamp. So they're starting on kind of like a more non-factory fertile area. Working on plants. I'm hoping they'll get us some food, because speaking of food, I'm out of food. I'm going to have to eat stock. Oh, that's pretty sad. Just bone soup. Yeah, this doesn't give much at all. It'd definitely be better to put the apple fruit salad in there. Alright. This is going through a ton of apples, but those they should, now that it's, producing or harvesting these pretty slow, it should start building back up a supply. How are we doing? Yeah, we got plenty of fruit juice, so now that's going to start backing up in here. Once these all have 8k fruit juice, then it'll start backing up in here and stop eating apples. This is definitely not keeping up with the biomass, so we're going to need another still. And you have 2 buckets. Yay! All this for 2 buckets. Okay, so one thing about this power gen thing, I believe it needs to all stay in the same chunk. So let's get chunk boundaries turned on. I don't quite have enough. Well, I guess I could make it right here. Yeah, we could put it right here. Okay, so let's do the fluid intake on this side. So we'll have the fuel tank here. There we go. We'll have the power capacitor on the other side. We're gonna do multiple turbines, but let's just put one of the turbines here. And we can have the controller there. The capacitor can be in the back. And then the RF output will be right there. Alright, so that is now a multi-block. It doesn't matter the shape of it, and it's all working. So, perfect. We'll say red output. I might have missed a block here. Flux generator. Do we still need some way to get it out, maybe? Emitter. Oh, fluid intake valve. So that's different from the actual fuel tank. We gotta have a valve to put it in there. Okay. Flux generator, turbine. We've made everything else. Let's go get that fluid intake, and if that doesn't work to generate RF, then I'll have to go look at the wiki just real quick. Alright. The cool thing is, we can always increase the number of fuel tanks so it can hold more, the number of turbines so it can generate more, all that kind of stuff. So that's cool. All right, so the fuel intake valve. Cool, we had everything for it. They're having questions up there. Do you have more transfer pipes? Oh, I think she's talking to Kia. No problem. We have plenty of mats if they want to make their own as well. So then let's put the input right here. And now we'll go ahead and grab our ethanol with the fluid intake. Put it in there. And now we should see some fluid going in. Yes! Nice! Okay. So we've got one turbine. So we'll generate 10 MJ per tick. It is producing 10 MJ per tick. And is using 0.11 millibuckets per tick. So let's watch that. It is going down. Okay. So just with 2 stills and 1 turbine, we are using more than we're making. Okay. So that kind of sucks. That basically means I'm going to make 3 stills and we're going to get 10 MJ a tick. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, we generated 10,000 MJ so far. Now, why is this all output? What do I need to put in there? Okay, guys, we're back. The reason it wasn't showing up is because I didn't have anything connected to it. So now that I've put the little battery there, you can see that now it's got this output on red, and it's generating 400 or outputting 400 RF per tick. So this should be draining pretty quickly. Oh, this is MJ. Oh, okay. It's showing an MJ, which is 100 RF. So that's technically, or 10 RF. So that's 100 RF per tick. Okay, that's much better. I'm happy with that. Our ethanol is still draining. So I'm going to create another still. I need another battery now because I just sucked that one out. And we'll see what we end up doing with this. So give me a sec. I'm going to make another battery, another still, and we'll see if we can get this to be resource positive. So we're generating more ethanol than we're using. I do know that once that internal battery fills up, it'll stop, generating. It doesn't waste power. So that's one thing nice about this mod. We're not going to have any waste. Only use power when we need it. And then, the other thing I can do is use the transfer nodes, energy transfer nodes, and wirelessly teleport the power over to the tree farm and the mob grinders. So that'll probably be next episode because we're running long here. All right, so just give me a little bit and I'll be right back. All right, we are back, guys, and I'm ready to put some other things into action. So let's put this guy here, give him a little bit of power. And oh, I think I'm going to be short a liquid node because that's a retrieval node. Darn it. You know what I can do? I don't need that barrel in the middle. And I could actually even do it this way for now. Maybe I'll switch it, but I do have this retrieval node. In this case, it is 3 inputs for 1 output, so it's worth it to use it. Oh, come on. So the retrieval node there, and then not here. We'll get the pipes and connect them like this. So that'll search for ethanol in these machines. Okay, you've filled up nice and quick. Now we got 3 producing ethanol. How are you doing? Are you going to go up now? Down and up, down and up. Ah, we're just still a little bit short. Huh. I was really hoping 3 stills would be enough. Okay, but we are getting that 100. We can now put this hard energy cell here, and let's do 400. Input on the right, output on the left, and there she goes, filling up nicely. Cool. And this guy will hold how much MJ? 500,000 MJ, so that's like 5 million RF. This only holds 2 million. So yeah, it's much better rather than to upgrade the cells and just upgrade and add more power capacitors. But I don't really need more than 500 million, right? That's plenty. But luckily, as soon as that guy fills up, then this guy will fill up and then stop using ethanol, and then hopefully I'll put that drum back in actually because we want that buffer there. Because I'm not sure how much the fuel tank holds. 17 buckets. I think it's one just for the general machine and then add 16 more for that fuel tank. So we can hold 17 buckets there. It does seem kind of go up and down. Maybe as it, you know, this goes and it produces a bunch. It's not like a constant production. So as long as that stays above 2K, should be good. Alright guys, if you like this episode, don't forget to hit the like button. If you want to see more, make sure you are subscribed. It's completely free to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next episode where we'll be taking this power and teleporting it all over the base, and we'll definitely need to chunk load this area so this gets always runs. And then we won't be so reliant on Steam. Until then, this has been FunShotX. I will catch you guys later. Bye.